to play some crap and you can't play the way you memorized because I have to respond to you in certain ways. So you will either respond the way you think you're supposed to respond, and that will probably be incorrect, or now you have to figure out how to deal with the fresh position.
Oh, so the 900 will reflect itself in both cases.
Yeah.
I wonder if actually, so do you know your current rating or no? Or your top rating? What was your top?
I know both. My current ELO, like over the board, now is 2320. My peak was 2430.
Oh, cool. So can you play like a 900 player? Like, can you force yourself?
Yeah.
So you can, like, given that you've guessed a lot of ELO ratings, can you kind of emulate that? It's kind of an interesting question for you.
Yeah, of course. Before I was doing YouTube and Twitch, I was teaching kids. So I had to. Not only did I have to play at their rating, I also had to play and sometimes even behave and explain things in a way that the kid could understand. So absolutely. Yeah, I think that's what contributed to the growth of the channel, frankly. I kind of understood how beginners thought about the game.
So yeah, you did, you taught people chess, you coached people for many years, I guess in New York?
Yeah, New York.
What did you learn about the way people learn from that? So like, how did people that were successful at getting good at chess quickly, what were some of the commonalities, some of the patterns that you saw?
Obsession. Yeah.
What does obsession look like?
I would say it's obsession and also love of the game. So if you're bored, you don't want to watch a show, you want to boot up chess.com or Lichess, just so I don't get flamed by anyone in the audience. And you just play.
So you're saying Lichess people are the ones that would attack aggressively? They're the kind of people.
Probably the Chess24 people.
Oh, that's another. So there's not. I didn't know. I thought Chess24 was part of the chess.com.
Well, now, yes. That's the joke.
Cult or tribe or whatever terms we want to use.
No, I'm sure there's even more places to play live. There always have been more places to play live, but chess.com, Lichess dominate, and well, Chess24 is rough for live interface. Of course, they have good courses and everything, but well, yeah.
I got it. And some are even good people or whatever.
Yes.
That quote goes.
Yes.
Okay. Like obsession, that means the way they look at the board. When they're bored, how quickly do they return to the chessboard, that kind of stuff? Just like how many hours a day they want to spend.
Yes.
They spend and want to spend.
Some kids definitely have a talent. Of course, there's this eternal debate, talent versus hard work. I don't necessarily know if it's a talent for chess specifically, but it's a talent for, I'm sure there's some sort of spatial visualization in your mind. You start picking up what squares are controlled by your pieces and opponent's pieces faster. Your memory is much stronger, so you don't just learn openings like we discussed. You learn literal patterns, such as, I remember this from 2 tournaments ago. I remember this from a game I played just yesterday, and you just keep playing and playing and playing. But I think the one commonality I think I've seen in all kids, it's obsession. You have to play a lot. And I've seen kids who are brilliant kids. Like, if you give them a page of tactics puzzles, they solve faster than anybody. They can pick things up here super fast. They're a pleasure to teach. They go to a tournament, disaster. They can't handle the anxiousness. They can't handle that silent face-to-face war with another 6-year-old. They can't even handle it. There's also trash talk. One sentence by a kid can throw off your prize student, and I've seen kids just totally disintegrate. I've seen also my students bully other kids who aren't. My student wasn't that strong, but their verbal warfare, which is not allowed, but goes unnoticed.
But it's not even verbal warfare, like just going like, like little like facial expressions you would make at the board. Hey, I didn't even think about that. That's pretty creepy. The intensity, not creepy, that's not the right word, but there's an intensity in that silence over the board. Like, you can probably hear stuff like, just like, it's super quiet. It's like a library.
Yep.
And then there's just a tension that builds. You can hear the breathing.
Yeah. And at the highest level, both sides are involved in a battle that they both foresee 99% of the time. That's the scary part, is that you both see the exact same thing. It's very rare you play a move and I didn't see it. It's that I misevaluated it. I saw the move could be played, but I missed something 3 or 4 moves deeper. And you play that move and suddenly you're excited and I'm nervous. But all of a sudden you make an inaccuracy and now the tide shifts, right? We could be on totally different planes throughout the game, or we could be on the same plane throughout the game. So it's really fascinating.
Yeah, so your thought is when you see a move that to you seems suboptimal, you start to think, what was that? You start to try to make sense of that. Did you miscalculate or did they miscalculate? Isn't that what Magnus is really good at, is taking people away from, like, making suboptimal moves? To take them away from the known openings, or is that unfair to say?
Yeah, he gets part of his really dominant reputation, I think, from not letting people get into ultra theoretical positions. He just won this tournament, this online tournament, and he said he had a young player strategy. He had an anti-young player strategy.
What's that mean?
It means that by move 7 or 8, you go to the database, no games.
Nice.
Kid is on their own. They have to swim on their own.
Yeah.
And they have to deal with the strategic complexities of the position, which he gets. And he might get from just an enormous database within his brain of historical games that have similar structures, or just sheer genius. Like, we won't know.
Yeah.
It's a mix of the two, for sure. The younger you are, you can't remember a game played in 1951 in some bar in the Soviet Union, but he does. Because he read a book once, or a magazine once.
And he just remembers.
He remembers the structure, which it's not fair.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right?
What do you think makes him, if we can sort of linger on it, what do you think makes him so good?
I think it's the memory, and I think it's... He just seems to get the game better than anybody else. That's the best way I can describe it. In sports, you have reaction time, you have strength, but also as he's now evolving, it's